I think we can all start. Good morning, everyone, once again, and a very warm welcome to our event, Meet Allegro, largest categories. Great to see so many of you dialing in. Our event is a team effort. It's brought to you by Allegro, Poland's most popular online marketplace, in cooperation with us, Webinterpret. We help marketplace sellers like you to boost your business and expand to international markets. I'm sure you all are going to enjoy our event very much. My name is Robert, and I'm the product marketing manager here at Webinterpret. And I've got the great pleasure to host today's events, but also to introduce our today's speakers. But before I do that, I wanted to share a couple of key information with you to make the sessions even more enjoyable. So we have 3 parts today, and these are the parts, just to display them to you. Each is dedicated to a different product category. We welcome you to join all 3 sessions, but if some of the sessions are close at home for you, then the other ones feel free to jump in and out. We'll start with Home and Garden, that's at 11 o'clock until approximately 11:45. Then we'll continue with Fashion at 11:45 to approximately 12:30, and we'll close off with the Automotive category at 12:30. It's going to start, and it's going to last till 13:15. I'm positive that each and every session will be very insightful to you and very useful. We prepared some great starts information and practical information, practical tips. Don't worry if you missed any of the details or stats. We got you covered. We'll be recording all the sessions, and afterwards we'll be sharing a link where you can watch all of them on demand whenever you'd like to. Now, each session should take approximately 45 minutes. That's about 30 minutes for the presentation and 50 minutes for a dedicated Q&A session. We will have a dedicated Q&A session after each session. So feel free to use the Q&A box or the chat box to ask any questions you might have. You can ask those during the presentation, but also during the dedicated Q&A. I'll be looking out for them, so to make sure we answer all of them. And now our today's presenters. I'll be joined today by Anna, Agnieszka, and Maria, who are the category representatives at Allegro and look after these 3 product categories that I mentioned. Anna is a business unit manager at Allegro in Home and Garden category. She's been part of the e-commerce and home and garden business for almost 18 years. That's really impressive. She worked not only in the Polish e-commerce market, but also in Western Europe, as well as China and Vietnam. Agnieszka is Allegro's business unit manager for international sellers in fashion market. She graduated in international trade and Italian language studies. She has 10 years of experience in the fashion industry and successfully supports the development of international brands on the Polish market. And last not but least, Maria has over 8 years of experience in the automotive market. Last year, she has postgraduate studies and acquired a title of automotive manager. She specializes in the motorcycles predominantly and has been working at Allegro since 2018. So with no further delay, I will hand over to Anna. So let's give floor to Anna, our first presenter, who will take us through the home and garden category. Over to you, Anna.
Yes, hello and good morning. My name is Anna, and I represent whole home and garden vertical on Allegro. Well, it's my pleasure to present you some useful and very inspirational information on home and garden segment on Allegro, with some inputs on PL market environment in this segment. Well, it's a good opportunity to get know or better know home and garden, in fact, including category insights, good practices to perform well on Allegro, and some information on trends and timeline of activities in a home and garden. Just a reminder, I have about 30 minutes to present you those information, and the pack is very big because there are lots of categories in home and garden, and we'll have about 10 minutes for Q&A. If you have any question, please don't hesitate and ask them. If there's any segment of information I have to clarify with the person responsible, I'll do it later for you. Okay? So let's start with some information on segment, home and garden, in fact, on all Polish market. So as you can see, offline in home and garden is the biggest one, but online is chasing. Online is rising. The rise is quite stable, but online penetration now it's about 20 to 21%. So it's very important information about online. Some information about home and garden split. Home and garden is one of the verticals on Allegro. Apart from electronics, fashion, supermarket, kids, today you'll also have presentation on fashion and automotive. But home and garden splits into some categories. There are lots of them, as you can see. The biggest one is garden and furniture, but it's chased by deco and lighting, tools, industry and office, and building and bathroom. So as you can see the numbers, we have lots of views per month, 705 million, 25 million visitors per month, and 118 million visits per month. Later on, talking about specific category, I'll give you more information on the timeline, trade plan, made activities yearly. But this is just to show you that we don't stop. We have all year covered with activities on home and garden, starting with DIY and interior design. Later on, we have spring and summer in garden. We go back to school on September, but we start in August those activities. We have autumn and winter activities together with Smart, Christmas, and Black Week activities. Those activities are going together with all those activities with digital tools connected with landing pages on Allegro sites. We have external digital also, and even ATL activities like radio and TV. So go outside Allegro also to promote our campaigns. So we have campaigns for different categories. Here you can see the examples. For example, we have interior design, when we show all the furniture and deco with inspirational pictures. We show, of course, garden with all the spring and summertime. And we have special zones for DIYer to show all the tools to refurbish your apartment. Okay, so now I'll go to some details on categories. First will be from my heart garden. I'm taking care of garden in home and garden. You can see here what categories are in fact most important in garden. So all categories in garden are performing quite well. I mean, very good. The biggest categories, in fact, but in stable growth each year over year, are garden tools, garden furniture, and garden architecture. But we can see very big potential in those categories as fertilizers, growing media, plants, all those we call greens. So the potential is big in those categories. Sorry. So as you can see, those top 6 categories here: garden furniture, garden tools, garden toys with trampolines. We have barbecues, rising with gas barbecues, but charcoal barbecues are still the biggest one. Garden architecture with fences and fertilizers. So you can see the rises are quite big, and the potential for partners, for merchants, are very big. Here I would like to tell you some about offers. What you should remember about offers, but it's not only garden. You should remember about that in each category. In fact, if you have technical products, you should remember about it. What's important to put detailed but clear descriptions, all pictures of features, way of assembling if needed, and all benefits for customer. In fact, if you have like furniture, you should show how material looks like in a loop. And for gardeners, it's very important to have sets of sets in products. For example, you have barbecue, but the best offer is with accessories. So some information on landing pages, timeline later in garden. So we have campaigns, in fact, ongoing, starting from February. And when we go on campaigns, we have digital activities like landing pages, showing all the categories in garden, starting from tools and garden relax and architecture, showing inspiration on garden for the gardeners. And we have external digital and even ATL. So we have, for example, TV commercials in prime time, let's say May and June. And right now we have TV commercial for swimming pools. So the timeline, as you can see, it's a full year. So we start with winter with snow blowers, if there is snow, in fact. But the biggest season is in spring in garden, and prepare for summer and the summer, in fact. So the biggest communication on Allegro. We have, of course, autumn in garden with tools and architecture, and we go back to winter and Black Week and Smart Week later on. So to speed up, we have another category. It's tools and accessories. So as you can see, there are lots of subcategories here, and tools category is performing very well. The growth is over 80% year over year. So it's a good potential category, and the categories that are the biggest, that has the biggest growth, are power tools, accessories, over 80%, the cleaning tools, over 55%, and the hand tools, 80%, and still rising measuring tools, 69%. Some information on specific top subcategories. If we count in personal protective, it's the first category. Second, we have grinders, sanders, cordless drill drivers, and some pressure washers, so cleaning. Safety workwear, and accessories. So as you can see, the rising, the potential is very big. So those are the categories you have seen before, but without safety equipment. So as you can see, after first this COVID year, it's the biggest one. In tools and accessories, of course, we have those activities in timeline also, like in gardens. So we have trade zones like this here, professional zone, when customer can see the categories for the specific work. So we have electrician zone, plumber zone, tool zone, safety zone, and so on. So they will find here all the needed products for the project. In fact, here is the all for DIYers zone. Again, you have tools, hand tools, drilling, cutting. So again. The zones. So some information on trends in tools. It's very inspirational, interesting to remember about battery. Battery is rising. In fact, one battery fits all. It's big trend. So it's important to remember about that. All tools available in one place. So tool storage, a rising category, and the trend. Laser measuring tools are also very important and rising category, and it's good to remember about that if you have tools in your range. And cleaning tools, again, it's rising category, and the whole market is showing that in Poland. And information on, in fact, brands. So in tools, the brands are very important, but unbranded products are also very important. Not forget about that, but the space is still to explore as here. So all those cheap price OPP products are still they have still place to cover. Some information on seasonality. So tools have campaigns in those timelines, as you can see. So they have construction, renovation campaign, indoor cleaning, as we talked about cleaning, indoor renovation. So all those drills, hand tools. Very important is Smart Week, Black Week, and Christmas gifts, not to forget about that. If we go further for another category, it's deco and lighting, more decorational. There are also lots of subcategories in this category. The most important, in fact, is tableware, all those textiles and fabrics, window decor. They're rising, stable each year, and they have the biggest share. Garden lighting is also rising very much together with garden, almost 150 year over year. And children's room equipment, it's rising very much. And in fact, we can go with activities not only in home and garden, but in kids department together with kids products. Some information on top categories. As you can see, that those categories are rising with 2%. It's Christmas. The mirrors, all those textiles as roll blades, carpets, curtains, and bed linen. So it's worth to reconsider those categories. And in lighting, you can see the biggest rises are in LED strips and lamps, and light fixtures, and of course bulbs, ceiling light, and wall lamps. Those are examples of landing pages that are going with campaigns. So lots of inspirational picture. We have before a season, we have photo shoots with all the products from furniture. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. And deco and lighting. So we choose products from merchants, producers, and took picture, as you can see, the examples here. And of course, product lists, and we divide them into the projects, of course. If you want to lighten your home or a garden, or furnish your, for example, living room. So we put them on projects. Divide. So we can see the seasonality in deco and lighting. Of course, we start with Easter, so you have to prepare your house for the Easter with textiles and all those dishes. And eco, it's very trendy. We of course show that we have eco range, Holy Communion. And of course, back to school, back to office, and again, Smart Christmas and Black Week. It's a very strong season. We have furniture, of course, together with deco, and furniture category is performing very good. And the biggest categories with the stable growth are living room, all those furniture for living room, bedroom, and children's room. And a very big potential in growth are furniture accessories, and in fact, home office furniture and basement and garage. So if we go into the details, best sellers, as you can see, are furniture accessories. All those worktops and kitchen furniture, bathroom furniture, chairs for home office. It's a very big rise, in fact. And of course, garage basement furniture. As you can see, in furniture category, there are lots of subcategories, but the biggest share are from beds and cots and furniture for living room and mattresses. So this is the main turnover. As you can see here, some information on landing pages. As I told you before, we have photo shoots, so you can see here a bigger picture of, for example, kitchen and dining room. We put pins on products, so it's not only picture, it's active. The client can click on and find the specific product. So here we have seasonality on the furniture. So we start with renovation in kitchen. Later on, we go to the Easter, like in deco. Again, people renovate kitchen in June and July. There is a back to school, of course, in the office. And again, very strong Smart Black Week and Christmas gifts. We go to more technical. It's building and accessories. All the categories in building and accessories are rising very good. It's online, but it's very good online. The biggest categories are electricity, walls, facades, and the biggest potential in growth are electricity and walls. So it's good to remember about them. And the best sellers are, in fact, toilet seats, kitchen faucets, all those boilers, electricity and accessories, floors, and of course, paints. And here, very interesting, and going back to what I said about the offers. If you have technical products, it's important to put detailed and clear description of a product. You should put all the pictures of features, way of assembly if there is a need, and benefits for the customer. If it's a product like paint with a different colors, it should be used function of various variants. So you put offers easier, all the colors of this paint, and it's easier for the customer, for the buyer to find it, in fact. You can see also here some landing pages on buildings. So again, it's divided into the projects. If you have the refurbishing, you need to have tools and products to do it. So we divide it into the, for example, you refurbish your bathroom or kitchen, you need different products for that. For example, it's a time for air conditioning, like right now, we have this landing page for air conditioning. So if we go into the details on trade plan timeline in a year, we start with bathroom renovation again, all doors and floors, heavy construction, refresh your apartment again in June, July, during summer, air conditioning when the weather is like right now, hot in Poland. And again, those smart Black Week and Christmas gifts. We're going to the last one, the bathroom and heating. And as you can see, there are a couple of subcategories here. They are performing very well on Allegro also, so it's worth to consider them. The biggest categories are the biggest growth, in fact, bathroom and toilet and kitchen and heating, with the biggest potential in bathroom and kitchen. Here we have the offers information. So I told you about all those technical products or the sets. I told you about the sets, so you have to remember to put the more the merrier product pictures and information on accessories that are in one pack. Some information on landing pages. So again, it's divided into the projects. Here you have the example of how to inspire you on creating your bathroom. And the heating, when we have heating season, we go back with this landing page and show you the way how you can do heating in your house, apartment. Here you have the trade plan, main activities on bathroom and heating. So we have bathroom renovation from the start of the year, some kitchen renovation later, and the refreshment during the summertime and the springtime. We can do some full metamorphosis in a bathroom. So we do it in summertime. So we start heating in August, September, and again we go back to Smart Week, Black Week, and Christmas gifts. So this is the bathroom and heating, and in fact, it's all for the home and garden presentation.
That's great. Thank you very much, Anna. That was really insightful. Thank you very much. And now over to our Q&A session. Please, to all who have joined in, please feel free to ask any questions you might have using the Q&A or the chat box. I think we've got one question, and I've got a couple of as well myself, if you don't mind, Anna. So we've got one question, and I'll just try to ping that one over so everyone can see it. Why do you think that the protective equipment category has seen such an increase? I believe it was like 2,003% or something like that, probably from the slide. Was it mainly related to COVID? Anna, do you think you can help us with that question?
Yeah, it's easy. Easy question, easy answer. Yes, it was mainly related to COVID. The biggest rise and nothing to add, in fact. So I think the category will go down. But in fact, you have to count in some categories that are on Allegro and they are protective. For example, in garden, you have protective a mask for when you use a lawn mower, for example, and they count in, but they're not changing this increase. The increase was in again the masks for COVID.
Protective masks, yeah, makes sense. Yep, I've got a couple of questions for you as well. I just noted them down while you were presenting. You mentioned the landing pages. How can sellers get on those landing pages? Because that's probably a great promotions for sellers selling on Allegro Marketplace.
Yeah, it's quite easy. It's, you should have a good offer, competitive on the market, attractive for customers in Poland, competitive in a matter of starting from the quality, how offer looks like. The more information, the merrier, and the price. And those features like smart coins and so on. So if the offer is competitive, it performs well. It's easy to just ask, for example, international sellers team or our team to reconsider, and we put them on landing page because we can see it's performing very good.
That's
but
great.
Remember about quality of offer, yes.
So the quality of offer means like a good prices and good pictures and good descriptions. That's what we mean by the club. Yes. That's great. I've got probably another question, and then I'll let another question from the audience. You mentioned decor and lighting, especially like subcategory was textiles like tablecloths and things like that. Obviously, they rise, particularly around like special events like Christmas or Easter, etc. Do you think it's quite a stable category, and do you see a good number of sales from that category throughout the year, or is it more seasonal?
It's more seasonal, but the sales are rising each year. Not stable. It's more rapid growth. So when you have before Easter, the rises are 2% rise. For example, 50% rise in tableware, and so you have this. It's not stable.
Okay.
So it's good.
Good. Thank you. I've got another question from audience, this time Marco. So we could potentially answer that jointly, either you or maybe your colleague. How can I make an appointment to speak in Italian about automotive? So in terms of like translations and localization, this is what the bit that Webinterpret does. We're happy to follow up with you, Marco. We've got a dedicated Italian team who can answer any questions for you in your native language. And in terms of if you have particular questions to Allegro with regards to this category, Anna, maybe you can cover that, or maybe Agata.
Well, Agnieszka from fashion. When it comes to automotive, when it comes to Italian language, I can support you. However, automotive, I would need that because I'm from the fashion category, so I would need some support from my colleagues. So we can do it in Italian. Possiamo farlo anche in italiano, solo che io sono dalla categoria fashion, quindi se avrebbe qualsiasi domanda possiamo rispondere.
Grazie mille, Agnieszka. That's great. So there is a possibility. Obviously, we've got your details, Marco, and we're happy to follow up after the event. Let me have a look. Thank you very much, Agnieszka, for jumping in. That's great. I'm going to have a look if we have some more questions. No, that's just grazie from Marco. Non c'è di che, Marco. That's pretty much it with regards to questions. Anya, do you want to add anything else?
Well, if any question occurs later, just don't hesitate, ask us, and we'll go back to you with the answers. Mm-hmm.
That's great. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Please stay tuned. We'll start another session at 11:45. That will be fashion. Thank you very much. Once again, welcome everyone again. Our next session, which is fashion, will start approximately 1 minute, so 11:45. Let's allow another minute for everyone just to jump in and join. Okay, I think we can start. Agnieszka, I'm just going to introduce you very briefly and just talk about a couple of things like basic information, if you don't mind. So I'm joined here by Agnieszka. She's Allegros Business Unit Manager for International Sales in the fashion market. She graduated in International Trade and Italian Language Studies. Probably some of you already noticed. She speaks Italian beautifully. She has over 10 years of experience in the fashion industry and successfully supports the development of international brands on the Polish market and on Allegro. So welcome, Agnieszka. And just briefly to remind you all, these sessions are recorded, so don't worry if you missed any details or stats. We got you covered, and we'll share the link to the video on demand afterwards. Each of the session, including this fashion session, takes approximately 45 minutes. That's 30 minutes roughly for the presentation and 10 to 15 minutes for the Q&A session, which we're going to have afterwards. Please feel free to ask any questions you might have using the chat or Q&A facility. And now, with no further delay, over to you, Agnieszka. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Robert, for the introduction. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time today. On behalf on Allegro and the fashion category, I would like to welcome you to this webinar. The purpose of my presentation is to present business opportunities for fashion sellers. And as previously mentioned by Robert, I plan to keep some time for questions after the presentation. Okay, I just wanted to make sure if you all see the screen, everything is okay? Yeah.
Yes, we can see the screen. Thank you.
Okay. So to start with, I will describe the fashion category on Allegro. Then I will mention some key points about sport and leisure category. Finally, I will walk you through success factors. Generally speaking, as you previously got to know, Poland is a huge market, where the population has 38.4 million, and actually 85% of Polish internet users shop online. And bearing in mind that that Allegro is the most loved marketplace in Poland. That is why you will be able to notice really impressive numbers, especially when it comes to fashion category. Let's look now at some key points. We sell 99 items every minute. We have over 4 million active offers monthly. Last year, we sold 5 million shoes, 1 million handbags, 0.5 million t-shirts, and 0.3 million dresses. When it comes to category traffic, as you can see, our category traffic is much higher than our competitors. The chart presents millions of views when it comes to responsive web design, does not include the mobile app. As you can see, the category index is constantly growing, and it's over 3.1 times higher in 2020. Okay. When it comes to share of division, as you can see, majority of our sales are generated by apparel, then footwear and accessories as well. When it comes to sales by gender, women's clothing is the most popular and best-selling category in fashion. After accessories, men's apparel, and the percentage of ready-to-wear and the kids is quietly lower. Allegro is always one step ahead. As you can see, our mobile app is very important when it comes to fashion. Fashion is in the top 3 m-commerce categories, where 40% of consumers use mobile app for their shopping on Allegro. Our numbers are constantly growing here as well. We have over 71% year-to-year growth in mobile transactions. And when it comes to GMV and sold items, those numbers are also constantly growing thanks to our mobile app. When it comes to international cooperation with brands, we already work with some of international brands, and here are just some of them. Keeping in mind that the project of international sellers started some time ago, so we are still in discussions, and soon you will see more international sellers and brands on our platform. At the moment, majority of sellers are from Poland. Okay, it's worth mentioning that some of fashion products are sold in the sport and leisure category. That is why I would like to lead you through some key points of this category. As you can see, we sell 68 items every minute. We have 6.5 million active offers monthly. Last 10 months, we sold 6,500 shoes, 959,000 of sportswear, and 137,000 of balls. When it comes to category traffic, it's also highly represented by Allegro. In comparison with our competitors, you can see our category traffic the same as in fashion is much higher than other competitors such as Decathlon, Go Sport, or Intersport. When it comes to the division of sport categories, majority of sales are done in bicycles. Probably it's because of the fact that during last year, it was quite difficult to do some other activities. That is why bicycles were most popular, was the most popular category on Allegro. That is why the bicycle apparel and generally speaking, bicycles equipment were very popular during last year and previous months as well. When it comes to mobile app, sport is also very popular in our application. 60% of consumers use mobile for their shopping, and we have 58% of new buyers year to year. So in case of sport, it's really important to remember that mobile is quite important. Okay, so let's focus on success factors. So probably you're thinking how to be successful on Allegro. Allegro, when it comes to fashion category, is a fast-growing category with a lot of promotional possibilities. We can help your brands and your stores to grow and increase sales through 360 degrees marketing solutions inside and outside our platform. Our specialized Allegro Creative Hub team can prepare made-to-measure campaigns in order to build visibility and brand awareness of your store or of your brand. We have different tools. Some of them are self-service. Some of them need to be done with the cooperation with our marketing team. You can be visible on different landing pages, or you can have your own dedicated landing page. You can create your own shopping shop using your content, your images, and videos. Thanks to different marketing campaigns, you can be visible on our social medias, which is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. We also have ads. This is a self-service tool where you can boost your results and sales. What is more, we have our fashion trade plan, which is aligned to general trade plan of fashion categories, starting from winter sales, and spring, and different other actions aligned to general calendar of the fashion category. And last but not least, we have some special programs in order to support branded assortment and big players, where you can have additional conditions and special support. In case of top brand partner, you will be given your key account manager. You will have your 24/7 support. You will be able to test some functionalities. You will be able to have your logo on the listing and receive some made-to-measure conditions. Okay, that's all for now. Now I will try to answer questions you may have.
Thank you very much, Agnieszka. That's great, very insightful. Over to Q&A session. So if you have any questions, just type them in the Q&A box. I have, I'm just going to have a look if we have any. There is one question. How can you get to Allegro Creative Suite? Basically, do you need to apply for it, or does it come as a standard if you list on Allegro? Would you be able to?
Well, it's a special team that you may contact through your key account manager or through just direct mail, and then tell them what is your budget and what are your expectations, and they can prepare made-to-measure campaign according to your requirements.
Okay, that's great. There's a question from me, probably, if you don't mind. Not probably, but just from me, Agnieszka, if you don't mind. So you mentioned the fashion trade plan, and it's obviously follows some of the trends within the year. Like for winter, you will promote winter clothes. For summer, the summer clothes. That's no-brainer. What activities does Allegro do? Do you do like prime time television? Do you support through social media channels? What that basically involves, if you don't mind just explaining to us?
Yeah, of course. So of course it depends on the category decision. It's not always that each year we do the same activities. But first of all, we have higher visibility on the main page, and we have ongoing inside and outside communication through our through our social media, through different influencers and bloggers, as well as ATL in case of some campaigns. So all possible tools, and depending, of course, on the period and on the event.
Okay, that's great. Thank you. Probably another question from me as well, that probably lots of sellers might be actually asking themselves how to best position themselves when you sell sort of like apparel or accessories. So would you have any piece of advice in terms of like what kind of photos to include, how to do the descriptions, to get probably on the landing pages, but also to get conversions?
So it's a good question. On one hand, you need to get to know better how our searching engine works like. So I think it would be interesting for many different categories as well, because it's the clue of Allegro, how the searching engine looks and works like. So it is important to have some keywords and some parameters filled in. On the other hand, it is important to have nice descriptions, and when it comes to Allegro, it is important to have them in Polish, because majority of our sellers, they use Polish language in order to search something. If you have the brand assortment, it is very important to underline that this is to put the name of the brand in the description. If you are the owner of the brand, it is also important to present your logo on the listing or on the product in order to inform your customer that you are the brand or you are the official seller. When it comes to brand assortment, we have some special badges like authorized dealer or a seller or reseller. And we have our special brand protection team that can support especially branded assortment, and all those things can support and give you a higher visibility.
Yeah, that's great. So basically, you need to apply for some budgets, like a authorized seller if you sell.
Yes, we have when it comes to branded assortment, we have an additional agreement, because once you register in Allegro, you just accept terms and conditions. And when it comes to branded assortment, we have additional agreement that we can sign, where just it's about the legal thing connected to the logo and the rights to the logo. So then we have additional agreement that you can present your logo on our listing, and then you present some documents that you are the owner or you are authorized by the company to use the logo of the brand.
Great, great. Thank you for explaining that. And probably the more pictures you have on your listings, the better, because people shop with their eyes.
Of course. But, when it comes to fashion category, generally speaking, it's more like market trend rather than Allegro requirement. Customers tend to buy with their eyes, not always with the description, because when it comes to other categories, probably automotive, that would be the next one. So it's more like technical information, not rather than the image. When it comes to fashion, of course, the most important thing is to have nice image. We do not have really high requirements. The most important thing is to have the image on the white background, which is already the standard, I think, in the fashion category. And the more pictures you have, the better you present the product, the more interesting it is for our customer. Even though you can just have 2 sentences in the description, the most important is the image. And when it comes to description, it's the most important thing is the composition of the fabric of the product, so whether it's cotton or whether it's other kind of fabric.
Great, great, thank you. And we've got actually some more questions as well. I might just display them. Apologies, this is previous question from a previous session. So I've got a question from Francesco, and it's basically, does Allegro run a partner support program with a dedicated account manager?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do have dedicated key account managers that can support our sellers.
Yes, I can see that Agata joined in as well. Do you want to add anything, Agata?
Yes, thank you, Robert. So hello, everyone. I'll quickly introduce myself. I'm Agata Zimniewicz. I'm a key account manager at Allegro, and I closely work with the partners, sellers that are also working and cooperating with Webinterpret. And I would like only to confirm that, especially to this group of sellers, I put extra care and support. Therefore, you can be sure that the help from me will come in any way.
Great. Thank you very much, Agnieszka.
Thank you.
Agata, please stay, both of you, because we've got some more questions. There's another question I'm just going to try to ping it. Bear me a second. There we go. How do sellers on Allegro deal with returns? What are the standard conditions for PL market in terms of return policy?
So when it comes to returns, you just need to respect the Polish law. So in case of returns, customers have 14 days to make the return. Of course, it's up to you whether you charge your customer with return costs. However, when it comes to fashion, it's good practice to offer free delivery and free return as well. As you can see and know, there are many different online players where they just communicate and they offer those kind of conditions. So in order to be to have competitive conditions, it would be interesting to have returns free of charge and just to respect the Polish law. At the moment, it's 14 days.
14, 1-4, yes?
14, yes. Of course, you can extend it to 30, 60, it's up to you. However, the minimum is 14 days.
Lovely. Thank you very much. There's another question. I'm just going to ping it as well. Probably jointly we can cover that one with Agata. I'm just going to bring it up. What about size conversion? If we have UK sizing on our listing, will these be converted into EU sizes? So from my point of view, Allegro works really closely with Webinterpret, and that's where we come in very handy. So we not only we localize the listings, meaning we not only translate it into Polish, but we also convert the sizes. So depending what sizes have you got as a source, a UK, EU standard ones, we just convert the sizes of apparel, foodwear, or any accessories. Agatha, I don't know if you want to add anything on that, or whether I was clear enough.
I believe, Robert, you fully covered the question, but I will only add that there's also a possibility of uploading a size table to your offers, something made to measure, particularly belonging to your brand. Therefore, we can cover this type of needs in two different ways.
Yes, and if I may tap into, so this thing will be done during the mapping process. However, like Agata has mentioned, it's important to add some information in centimeters. So even though you make the mapping, each brand has slightly different, may have some slightly difference in centimeters when it comes to sizes. So it's important to give your buyer, the more information you give, the better it is, and then you can reduce the return rate. Because when it comes to sizes, this is the main issue why customers return the product, because they do not fit in or it is too big.
We all know it very well. I've recently bought some shoes that don't fit that much, and we know very well that sizes can differ from a merchant, well, from a producer to producer. So what you're saying, Agnieszka and Agata, the more information obviously you provide, the better customer service you provide as well, and you minimizing your return quotas, basically.
Yes, indeed. And some brands, some sellers, they in the product description, they add information about when it comes to the image. So model is let's say 1.8, and she's wearing size S, something like that. So this can have let's say additional information that can just give the customer an idea of the length of the product, or just something like that. So if you can give also some information about the model, if you have some images on the model, so whether she's tall or what size she's wearing.
Great, thank you. I've got one other question. So Francesco, I'm just going to try to ping that over to our Q&A. Just bear with me. So Francesca asked about the account management. Thanks for the answer. Then please let us know how to get that support.
Francesco, I believe the best way would be to contact us after the webinar ends. You will receive an email from us with like a thank you note for attending today's webinar. You can simply reply to this email and I will get in contact with you this way.
Francesca, I guess I presume from the name that you are from Italy. So if you need additional support in Italian, you can also find it on Allegro. So no problem.
Great, Agnieszka. You'll be probably able to help him, Francesca. Yes. So if I hope we answered that questions for you. Let me just have a look whether we have some more. I'm just having a look. Let me a sec. There's another question. Let me ping it over. Just a few seconds, please. It was a question, I can't display it, apologies for me being silly with technicality. So basically there was a question from Michelle. Thank you very much, Michelle, for posing that question. When Webinterpret will start to publish on Allegro from Etsy? And I know that will be to Allegro from Etsy. So it might be on the roadmap, but I'll have to double check and come back to you on that one. Cool. Let me have a look if we have any more questions. I think that's us. So thank you very much for that.
Robert, I see one more question,
One more?
also from Michelle. Yes, no worries. Maybe I will read it out loud. Which is the Webinterpret to upload stock from eBay to Allegro? So I believe this is already in progress.
Yes, this will be next quarter.
Perfect. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you very much. And thank you for spotting the question. I didn't see that.
No worries.
That's us then. So please, everyone, stay tuned. The next session will start approximately at 12:30, and that will be our last session, automotive. Thank you very much, Agnieszka, once again. It's been a pleasure, and thank you, Agata.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Hello, everyone. Our next and final session will start approximately in 1 minute. Let's give everyone a chance to sign up and dial in. We'll wait for another minute. All right, I think we can crack on. Maria, can you hear me?
Yes, can I hear you? I can hear you, and can you hear me?
Yes, of course. Welcome. And we're going to start. I'm going to just do a brief introduction of you, if you don't mind, and just talk about a couple of key points. So once again, hello, everyone, especially hello to those who just joined us for this session. I'm joined by my colleague, Maria. Maria works at Allegro, and she has over 8 years of experience in the automotive market. Last year, she completed her postgraduate studies with the title of automotive manager, and she specializes in motorcycle industry and has been working with Allegro since 2018. So great to have you here, Maria.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. And now I'm going to cover a couple of things, couple of key points before we start with the presentation, just so you're aware. So the presentation will take around, in total, 45 minutes. There will be 30 minutes for the presentation and 15 minutes for the Q&A. So the session is 45 minutes. Don't worry if you didn't note some key stats or details. We will record the session for you and provide you with a link so you can follow the link and watch the session on demand. And we hope you're going to enjoy this session. So over to you, Maria. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Today I am presenting from Poznań, where the head office of Allegro Pixel building is placed. We have a very sunny weather. And today I would like to answer, is it worth it to sell on Allegro in automotive category? And if it is, why? So let's start. Currently, automotive vertical is the most technical category of all. It's the largest category in terms of the number of offers. It has 66 million offers right now. In the last month, we noticed 66 million of visits, which means that statistically in 1 minute, automotive category noticed 1,527 visits, which gave us 4.6 million deals that was generated by 1.6 million of heavy buyers. For me, it's quite a lot. As a big category and a quite ambitious marketplace from the middle of Europe, we unravel rapidly. Looking at the gross merchandising value, in 2018, we grew up by 120%. And in 2019, we noticed slightly worse speed of development. It was 21%. Then we also notice increased numbers of buyers from 71% in 2018, 9% in 2019, and we also increased the numbers of deals from 2018 from 127%, and in 2019, 34%. So we grow kind of fast. I'm gonna tell you later how we are able to manage this. But first, please let me present the category structure. Well, automotive consists of several important categories like car parts, car accessories, tools and workshop,
chemistry with engine oils, everything that includes the broadly understood wheel project, motorcycle department, agriculture department, and we are not talking here about the classifieds. So let me tell you about the big categories. The share in the category turnover consists of 33% in car parts, 6% in tires and rims, 17% in car accessories, 7% in motorcycles, 15% in oils and chemistry, 6% in agriculture, machine and parts, and 16% in workshop and tools. As a buyer, you can find the way to every subcategory on our automotive site and go straight to every one of them. Initially, a very important category from the business perspective are car parts. Car parts are category consists of really many subcategories, like body parts and that take over 19%, engine accessories that take 12%, lighting that also take 12%, interior fittings that takes 9%, ignition system which take 8%, brake system which takes 7%, drive system which takes 5%, fuel system 4%, filters like 3%, and other parts which takes 13%. Talking about car parts category, we have to mention about our product catalog. We have a really unique offer of used and new spare parts on the listing. And there's really important thing in automotive category when you fill up the offer are parameters. And I would like to tell a little bit of it. In general, parameters in automotive category are important from a findability point of view. And in a minute, I would like to tell you more about that. But before, I have to mention that in Allegro, we have a product catalog that you can use when you want to put up the offer. If you put up an offer by a catalog, it will be filled up with parameters. We cooperate with TechDoc. If you don't know TechDoc, it's a huge product catalog supported by Tech Alliance. If you'd like to create an offer that is already in our catalog, it will be filled with quality data. TechDoc provides the most up-to-date and most extensive data for the identification and ordering of parts for the entire automotive industry, and it's very helpful. For example, we have a parameter indicating the gradation of parts according to GFO, so that the user can easily reach car parts in the quality he needs. And other parameters like color, material, some spare parts lists for this particular part. TechDoc also fulfill offer and incompatibility tables. So if you sell parts that are compatible with specific vehicle, TechDoc will help you fulfill the compatibility table. We use the compatibility table to power the matching tools. Displacement is the most clickable place on the offer listing, and we have strong plans for development of this feature. It is very advisable and important from a feeding to Google point of view to fulfill parameters. And I have to highlight this in my presentation, so please remember about it if you plan to sell parts on Allegro. And I would like to unravel this part a little bit and tell you more about some features in automotive. Because we already are in a parameters, and especially for merchants that plans to sell in automotive, there are some features that you cannot forget about during the process of filling up the offer. First, very important parameter is AN code. It's one of the most parameters that is important broadly in Europe. So if your product has it, you should put it on your offer. It is used widely, not only in automotive, also in fashion and home and garden, like almost everywhere. In car parts, the most important number is a catalog number. Why? Because during car parts, mechanics dismantle worn parts and type catalog number of those parts into Google search. We noticed this during the process of browsing the entire Google search engine. And in general, our offer consists a title and a description part and a field with parameters. But only the title is the field that is fitting to Google. And we decided that in automotive, we should also add another field, the field of the catalog number that is fed directly to Google. So we are able to show our offers in a Google and position them very highly. Another very important part of automotive offer is compatibility table. So if you have any kind of car parts or any other vehicle parts, you should fill up the compatibility table. And that's all for a technical point of view. Let's come back to our subcategories. Here we have our beloved wheels and tires and rims. So this category consists in 60% of selling tires in every kind of like winter tires, summer tires, all year round tires, motorcycle tires. Sales of rims constitute 10% of the overall category. Hubcaps determines 2%, and the rest are accessories like tubes and other stuff. This category is highly seasonable, and I have to mention this, that we have 2 seasons in selling tires. It's spring and the late autumn, when customers change tires from winter to summer and from summer to winter. We have a special place in Allegro when we present tires. It's our landing page. I invite you to check it out. We have also a matching tool for tires when you can choose what kind of width, profile, or diameter of tire you need, and you can buy it. It helps a lot to find our customer, to find the tires they need. Of course, we have broadly partnership with brands like Continental, Michelin, Bridgestone. We tend to make some TV commercial with them from time to time. Then we have another main category, workshop and tools. Tools consist of the following categories. So workshop equipment, it's 27%. It's very important category. Hand tools, it's 16%. Diagnostic and measurements, it's 9%. Compressor and accessories, it's 8%. Thin smithing and varnishing, it's 7%. Electric tools, is 6%. Air conditioning service, 5%. Pneumatic tools, 4%. Service of fuel, oils, and lubricants, 3%. wheels and tires service 3%, and others 12%. Tools and workshops are categories that are very lovable for marketing. They're very universal products. We advertise them during all over the year. And they also unravel rapidly and grow rapidly. The next category is oils and chemistry. It's one of my favorite categories. We advertise them outside Allegro in cooperation with influencers, and it consists in 34% of engine oils and 24% in auto detailing chemistry, and 18% in thin smithing and varnishing chemistry, and 12% operating fluids and others. Right now we have a high season for detailing, and we promote it with influencers' help, so we can gather a little bit more of traffic. And of course, we have some partnership, like for example, Castro, Shell, Liquimoli, and others. Another category that is very likely advertised are car accessories, and it consists from car electronics in a 18% car floor mats and 13% car carriers, 11% bulbs and 9% car covers, 7% visual tuning and 7% towing, 6% car wipers, 5%, and others. That category is separated in really a lot of products, and it's easily to feed into Google into our buyers that love that category, that also rapidly grows. Another department is a motorcycle part. Right now, we are in a high peak of motorcycle sales. We observe the drop in sales right now. The category consists in the motorcycle parts in a 53%, motorcycle clothing in a 60%, motorcycle accessories in 14%, helmets 10%, ATV parts in 6%, and others. We also have our special place to promote motorcycle parts, like landing pages. I invite you to visit the place if you'd like to. And last but not least, the category of agriculture machines. It is the category that has really great potential from the business perspective in Poland, because farmers revitalize, replace the old machine park and buy new tractors and look for new parts. So if you, for example, have products connected with the agriculture, I strongly recommend you to put it into Allegro, because this category grows from 60 to 80% per year, depending from which part of the season we are right now. The highest season is in August. We also have a landing page for this products. And right now I would like to tell you a little bit about the buyers. And I have to confess something. In Allegro, we really love to research, analyze, check, and double check. And I think we really get to know our buyers well, especially buyers in automotive. We know that mainly they are vehicle users, automotive enthusiasts, but also professional mechanics that runs workshops. And we strongly endeavor to provide on our platform a good offer of products and goods for them. We have a moment right now in Poland where professional workshops took up via internet, and we want to advantage of this. We know that 61% of drivers and 46% of workshops buy online more often than offline. So we think it's our chance right now. And 18% of drivers and 33% of car repair shops indicate a greater frequency of offline purchase. So it means that more mechanic enthusiasts and automotive lovers buy in the internet than in regular shops and offline. So we are really trying to have a very good offer for them. And from this point of view, we created Mechanic Zone, which is a loyalty program where users receive a cashback in the form of coins. If you haven't heard about coins, let me know. I will tell you more about the zone and about the coins in Allegro in general, because that's a really nice way to promote your offers if you don't want to change the price. We also have a special place for original parts. Having an offer of original parts allows us to create a unique offer for mechanics. And now I would like to tell you a bit more about promotion and about marketing. In a nutshell, this is our trade plan for a year. So usually every year starts with promoting of winter holidays. And during the time, we show a lot of car carriers, chargers, winter tires, and everything that drivers need in a winter freezing time in Poland. Then we go to spring, and spring is really busy from a marketing point of view because that's the start of agriculture season, start of the tire season, start of the motorcycle season, and also tools have their peaks. So we really notice a big development in this part of the year. Then we have a time for auto detailing. In July, we promote summer trips, so every kind of biker carriers, motorcycle stuff, anything that you could use as a driver during your holiday and summer trip. Then we go to agriculture season, which is kind of a short, but also important, and we are trying to support it. Then we go to tires and tools season again. And like in other e-commerce shops, we celebrate the time of a Black Week, Smart Week, and we prepare for a Christmas time. We promote every kind of ideas for Christmas gifts. Of course, we have some special offers for Cyber Monday, Black Monday, and during September, we also have our little Smart Fest, and we gather a lot of good deals to encourage customers in this time for bigger shopping. From time to time, we make some commercials and TV spots. And we like to make commercials about tires. They are very good products to sell in e-commerce. And this year campaign is about the Tech Dog, and it's about the product catalog. We cooperate with influencers because this is our additional source of traffic for our platform and boosts our sales. We present offers on special landing pages. We cooperate with Michał Jesionowski, which has a quite big number of subscribers. He is a mechanic himself, and he gives a lot of advice. We promote tools and car parts at his channel. but also auto detailing stuff. We have a special landing page for placing products that he is talking about during his channel's chat. And also we cooperate with Zahar. He has 420 subscribers, and we are very pleased about this cooperation. We usually promote oil engines with Zahar. And also we have a creative project with Michał Iszanowski. We want to tune the tractor and paint it in crazy colors, raise the horsepower, and put it up on the charity auction at the end. And from time to time, we also step out from the online advertising. And one time we managed to be a technological partner of the biggest trades, agricultural trades in Europe, Agro Show. It was a lot of fun and a lot of new customers. And finally, I guess that's all that I've presented for today. And this is all that I've prepared. I cordially invite you to sell on our platform. So if you have any questions, you may contact me or Agata. And now it's time for Q&A. I know from a previous presenter that there's been a question about Italy meeting. Unfortunately, I'm not speaking in Italian, but I will try to answer any questions in Polish.
Thank you very much.
In English.
That's great. Thank you very much, Maria. It's really exciting, really lots of information. We have one question, and I've got a couple of questions as well. We have them in English. So let's start maybe with one question. I'm just going to ping it over. Bear me a sec. Sorry, this is an old question. And now you'll be able to see the question. Now, Maria, can you tell us more about what are the best practices when it comes to shipping in this kind of categories? So I believe what Gosia was trying to say, so obviously you've got different product categories starting
Sure.
from helmets, car parts, to oils, etc. So
Tires.
Tires. So they all different sizes, different weights, etc. So what's the best practices? Would you be able to share anything with us?
Sure, of course. Well, from time to time, it's hard to use parcel lockers that are standard for a Polish marketing e-commerce. But we offer and support a lot of kind of shipments, especially in Smart. Please, as a seller, remember that Smart is something that we require, and it really helps to sell. So try to have a Smart on your offers. And a broad standard in e-commerce in Poland, and also a nice surprise for a user and for a buyer, it's 24-hour standard. So if you're a seller, try to manage the shipment within the 24 hours. It really helps to encourage clients for a second shop and for a second purchase, and really help us to please our buyers. In general, we try to support our sellers within a lot of different kind of shipments in Smart. We decided to make a program with a special shipment for tires. Most of the products like helmets, parts, are able to be filled into parcels. And if not, sellers usually use carriers to ship their products. I hope that I was able to answer the question.
Yes, I think so. But I've got Agata who dived in. Agata, if you probably want to add something on top of that. Thank you very much, Maria.
Yes, I will with pleasure. For those of you who haven't met me previously, I'm Agata. I'm a key account manager at Allegro, and I work closely with international sellers. And regarding, I will only add a couple of information about Smart, because as Maria mentioned, this is an important part, an important loyalty program, which can help you benefit from selling at Allegro more. It's a loyalty program where Allegro covers or share the cost of these shipments with you, and for buyers, it means free delivery and free returns. And if you have a warehouse in Poland, Germany, and Czechia, you can participate and get the Smart badge on your offers. And yeah, I will make sure that that we will push it and grant you with the Smart badge. It will definitely boost your sales from the very beginning.
That's great. So probably it's like similar with fashion, what has been mentioned before. So if you're an authorized seller and you get a badge, you are authorized seller, you see higher conversions and higher sales, definitely.
Exactly. I will only add one more thing. For now, yeah, this Smart program is available only for the sellers who are sending their products from Poland, Germany, and Czechia, but this program will expand also to other European countries. Therefore, please, let's keep in touch, stay in contact, and I will inform you when new countries will be also introduced within Allegro Smart.
Great news. So stay tuned. Probably us and Allegro will be informing about that. Informing you very soon about that. And I think great. The potential is great for what you've seen, what Maria talked about. So it's not only consumers that buy from Allegro, but it's also businesses. So like mechanics, and it's a special program for mechanics as well. Garages, I suppose, and those who have garages. Yeah, the opportunity is great. I have a couple of questions, and there's got a couple of questions on the Q&A. So I'm just going to start with I know that you mentioned, Maria, that tires, I know myself as well, that tires is a big thing in Poland. And there's always a discussion. Do we go for all round year tires? Do we go for the winter tires, summer tires? What I wanted to ask, so apart from tires, have you seen any other categories that have grown, especially in the last months? Because obviously we had COVID, people and the lockdowns, people were a bit limited. Obviously, they probably everywhere around the world, they were buying cars as well to move safely. But have you seen any other categories? What categories were there? Were the parts? Were the motorcycle accessories? Could you share some more information about that, if you don't mind?
Of course. I have to mention about agriculture machine parts. They're really rapidly growing, and they surprise us every year. When I joined Allegro in 2018, we have like 300,000 offers, which it wasn't really much. Right now we have over 1 million. And the growth is really like 85% in August, year on year. So it's the category that surprises the most every time. Unfortunately, COVID thing didn't have a good influence for the e-commerce in automotive in general. We, of course, have a better perspective and better position than offline shops, but people stopped traveling, which means they didn't use cars, which means that tires and spare parts weren't that necessary that they've been before, when people used to travel a lot. So in according to our targets and according to our perspective, automotive has a really hard situation right now. There is also a problem of blockchains and product chains all over the world. So, for example, if our seller supplies in the products and stock up in the products in Asia, he sometimes needs to wait a little bit longer for products. But from the other hand, and not to be so pessimistic, we observe, for example, a very rapidly growth in bike carriers for cars. because people started to cycle all over Poland because they couldn't travel around the world. So it was absolute bicycle heat all over the Polish vacation time. So bicycle carriers. I try to think about anything else, but tools and workshop equipments. It's a department that's growing also very rapidly right now.
Great, thank you. And it's not all gloom because, not all bad, because I think people still travel potentially within their countries as well. And now with the COVID and getting coming down a bit and people getting more vaccinated, probably we'll see some trends going and moving upwards because people will be more free, will be able to travel more freely. Actually, some of my friends defined the trend because they all bought cars just 2 or 3 months after the whole COVID started. So, and that was sort of a May or June time. So there is probably lights at the end of the tunnel. I've got another question from the Q&A session. Actually, I'm probably going to provide some more details, but correct me if I'm saying something wrong, Maria, because you're the expert on Agata, you are an expert here as well. I know there's an energy efficiency label for the tires. I think it has been recently introduced, and it's like a common European Union sort of like requirement. How do sellers, do you help with the sellers to do that? Because you have the tech doc, or how do the sellers actually upload the energy tire energy efficiency labels themselves? How does it work?
Yes, we apply tech doc for car parts. Right now, we do not support tires by the tech doc, but we have a really widely made product catalog of tires because we have a good specialist about the tires who know the market broadly. So we might not support you by tech doc, but for sure we will support you by our catalog. I recommend you to check it. And also we might support you by a drop shipping because we know that it's a very common way to sell tires in Europe.
Yeah, great, thank you. That's great to hear, and I think very reassuring to all the sellers who have tires as one of their products. And you mentioned the cooperation with influencers. I think that's really great. I follow myself, Zaha. I'm a bit of a car enthusiast. I'm not a professional as well, but I think having corporations like that is, I think, drives a lot of traffic to your website and helps selling the products. I think that's. Sorry, do you want to mention anything?
Yeah, I can tell that Zahar personally is a really nice person. So I recommend his channel because it's really nice to hear him, and it's really interesting stuff that he's talking about from time to time.
Yes, definitely interesting and very detailed as well. I find it very insightful and very helpful. I think that's it for the questions. I don't know whether Agata, Maria, would you like to mention anything else?
I still see one. I'm sorry, Robert. I don't know if we missed it. No problem. It's from Slavek, and he's asking if we could specify the categories we mentioned during the presentation, I believe. I don't know about which exactly category. Would you like to get some more information? Therefore, please, Slavek, if you could specify the categories, we will dive into it for you. I don't know in which part exactly the question was typed.
I think it was typed around the motorcycles. So if you could maybe, Maria, explore the motorcycles. Sure. If you don't mind.
No problem. Well, actually, motorcycles are quite a bit department. They consist like 10% of all the automotive. 53% of this category are parts. They are very important. Then we have some accessories, clothing and helmets. We separated motorcycles and scooters from quads and ATV. As like car parts, we have our catalog for motorcycle spare parts. We decided to stop using TechDoc in this department because TechDoc is not focused on the motorcycles. And we decided that with a little bit of effort, we are able to make a better progress in the catalog within the motorcycle parts only. We also have our own motorcycle database, and we support it by the compatibility table. And I guess that's all from me. If you could specify your question more, Slavak, I would be happy to tell you more.
We can also come back with any potential details. Just either stay in line, stay in touch with us, or we've provided contact information so we can contact you afterwards as well. I think, unless Agata, you've spotted any, no, that's us. And then, so we had all 3 sessions. So I wanted to say thank you everyone who actually joined us today for either of the sessions. And of course, thank you to all our presenters, Agnieszka, Maria, and Anna. And of course, thank you to you, Agata, for joining in and for helping with the questions that we had and exploring some more details and providing some more details for us. We'll be, of course, following up with the links to the recording because all the sessions have been recorded, and the presentation, and obviously a dedicated article where we provide some more takeaways from each and every session. So please look out for those. Also drop us a line, as I mentioned, if you would like to expand to the Polish market with Webinterpret and Allegro. We're happy to show you the ropes and basically provide more details. I wish you all a very pleasant day and hopefully see you soon on any of our future events. Thank you very much and have a really good day.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.